Ron Garcia versus Cruz. This is what I'm pushing, and I'm going to explain to you why.
Push the weight in the flex. The live is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon. Motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
True Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. One got excuses, one gives bruises. I thought that was a little cute to say, but whatever. But in all seriousness, I just want to know, first of all, be honest. I'm talking to the Ryan Garcia supporters. Make it make sense. And if you can keep it clean in my comment section, make it make sense. How would you hate on this fight right here? Make it make sense. You know, maybe Ryan Garcia would have had an opportunity to fight somebody if he got out of his own way. The ridicule that Ryan Garcia is receiving is completely justified due to his behavior. Completely due to his behavior. He did this. I'll explain further. He fights Luke Campbell. He had to get up off the floor to win. Right? He finally stepped up and fought a name. Luke is somewhat known of a name, and he got knocked on his behind, and he had to get up off the floor to win. And I applauded that. Anytime a fighter gets up off the floor to win, I give him credit. So I gave Ryan credit, and I said, okay, show some heart. All right, that's good. So once a fighter does that, you wonder what's next. What was next for Ryan? He told us Manny Pacquiao. We all said, huh? Okay, that's happening. All right. Did the fight happen? I'm talking to the Ryan supporters now. Did the fight happen? That's what I want to know. Yes or no? The answer's no. It was supposed to be with headgear, then it wasn't no headgear, then it was oversized gloves. Then word on the street was Ryan said it, then he went to Manny. Manny just gave a blank stare like, I'm supposed to be fighting him. That's what I heard. I don't know. But what I do know is I can believe that. Why? Because the fight didn't happen. Then he runs on hot boxing with Iron Mike Tyson, and Mike calls Tank Davis on the phone or on the WhatsApp or on the whatever. And Ryan got all animated and was talking. That fight was there to be made, and y'all look up what happened. Because you know what didn't happen? The fight. Tank ain't duck. He ain't duck. And somewhere after that, between him beefing with Devin Haney, he went into a state of depression while looking mighty good in that gym. Remember that? He was looking kind of swole, right? And I don't know, maybe if he had signed to fight, Bada would have ran down there, down at the Reynoso gym, and may have found something that is consistent with the behavior of that gym. Allegedly. Now, you can get mad at me for taking shots, but hey, man. Speaking of clenbuterol, his OG said, hey man, this guy's wasting his prime years. Now listen, don't get mad at me. I'm talking to the Ryan fans. Of course I brought up clenbuterol. Of course I brought up the alleged cheating in the Reynoso gym. Don't blame me. Do not blame me. This is just something that so happens to be happening around there. Canelo got caught, but this ain't about Canelo, but I'll just quote something he said about Ryan, not an exact quote, but did he not say that Ryan was pretty much wasting his talent? Now, you know it's bad when your OG says that. Wasting your talent, wasting your time. You could be doing so much more instead of going to Hawaii and saying that you're depressed. Okay, you know, depression ain't nothing to joke about. But I find it strange every time a fighter around your division does something great, you are on Twitter talking sideways. When in reality, you claim you are a fighter. You claim it's in your blood. All we're saying is, Ryan, show us something. You've done nothing. You see this young man on the right side of the screen? Cruz came in, short notice, stepped in, fought Tank. And when the fight was over, Tank said a star's born. Gave him complete and total, well-deserved credit. Cruz has a supporter in me. He showed up, he showed out. He did very, very, very well. And he's a problem for anybody at 135. This division is really, really good, man. It's really good. And shout out to Jojo Diaz. He didn't get blown out by Devin. He didn't win the fight, but he's still a live dog. This is really good boxing here. And what we don't need is guys like Ryan Garcia waiting in the bushes to see who looks the weakest so he can jump on. Ryan, you're talking right now. And guess what? Haney fought Jojo, and although Haney clearly won, Jojo ain't look weak. In fact, I think Jojo beats you. Cruz fought Tank. Majority of them picked Isak to get knocked out. That didn't happen. And I think Isak will destroy you. And why am I bringing this up? Because Isak, you've been talking, and now Isak has said your name. Because he's sick of your mouth. Like everybody else is. Now, a lot of people in old media think that what you're doing is cute. It's not cute. I'm not falling for it. So I'm talking to the Ryan Garcia supporters. What are you supporting exactly? Every time someone does something, we get things like this. All right, Sergio Mora, Cruz won. Okay, well, Ryan, guess what? Sergio Mora, although I don't understand what the hell this is, he says he thinks Cruz won. Fine. You come in, you say Davis gets away with fighting C-level fighters. So stop right there. You called Isak Cruz a C-level fighter and said Tank got away with it. You see, I think Isak read this and says, what you mean? If Tank is an A-level fighter and you saying he got away with fighting C-level fighters, you think I'm a C-level fighter? How about this? Pop your antidepressant, have a full camp, clean, and let's settle this. That kid lost, but he won in life, and he's hungry right now. And he wants to eat you alive. Pause. I'm not talking a language that you and Oscar De La Hoya talking about by yourself. Pause. You said his toughest test was Leo Santa Cruz. He almost lost tonight. I've been calling y'all for a while, and when he answered the phone, what did you do? You claimed you was depressed and flew to Hawaii with your girlfriend. Chee-hoo! You remember that video? Huh? Drew, why are you making Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia suspect jokes? Because when I look at Twitter and I see things like this. Everything I do is with reason. I don't just blurt stuff out. Explain what the hell this is. Huh? And I know there's going to be someone saying, oh, well, what he was saying was, Tank beats up on pretty women where this pretty girl hits back. Ryan, I don't care what kind of bar you're trying to put together, but it failed, and it still looks suspect when you see it like this. You should never refer to yourself as a pretty girl. That was stupid. Retweeted 102 times. What is going on? 1,270 likes. Jesus. Stop playing. Stop fooling your fans. But guess what? Fanatics are fanatics. All right? Fan is short for fanatic, which is why I try to stop referring to myself as a boxing fan. I'm a supporter, unconditionally, for the sport. I want what's done correctly. We can't get things like that when you allow guys like Ryan Garcia to walk around here existing. And you got newfound talent that prove themselves to be a credible force in the sport of boxing, like Cruz. You don't make this man wait. Ryan Garcia doesn't need to be discussed in the same sentence with Kambosos, Devin Haney, Tank Davis, and Vasyl Lomachenko. You want to get Ryan back in the saddle? Teofimo just lost. He said he wants to fight 3 times in 2022. Well, his father, Teo Sr., said something about a pay-per-view, 3 pay-per-views. Maybe you sit down with Bob Arum. Maybe, I don't know, between Teofimo fans and Ryan Garcia fans, if y'all think that's a pay-per-view and y'all got star power, shoot for the stars. And if it fails miserably, I hope everyone holds you accountable like they hold everybody else accountable. Mike Cappinger. But I'll save that smoke for another live stream. And I got a lot of smoke for him. Did you call out Teofimo Lopez off the loss? Oh, I'm sorry, you calling out winners. When none of those winners, it's a step backwards in paydays, and it's a step backwards in marketability and everything else. You haven't done anything, Ryan. Twitter fingers. Pretty girl. Ridiculous. Hold this kid accountable. Writers, hold him accountable. Because if he was somebody else from somewhere else, y'all wouldn't be calling him a star. Y'all be calling him a bust. Don't think for 2 seconds we don't understand what's going on here. Hold Ryan Garcia accountable. There's no marketability with this kid. He hasn't sold no real seats. He's just a star on Twitter. And guess what? If you want to keep it there, fine. Start beefing with YouTube fighters. Call for a shot with Logan Paul or Jake Paul or whoever those kids are. Go over there and do that. Because it seems to me that you don't want to be a real fighter at all. Strange ass stuff right here, man. Cruz said your name. Entertaining. Nice comeback fight for you. I think he knocks you out. Prove me wrong. Bronx on deck.
Move!